Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson and Texas Congressman Wesley Hunt. Gentlemen, thank you very much. I'm sure you were totally illuminated by that last discussion. Senator Johnson, can I just ask you, I won't go to this again. I'm sorry. I've just got a burr under my saddle, if you will. I don't really think it's a fabulous idea to wait until the second half of the year or later to start talking seriously about tax cuts, whether they're individual tax cuts or corporate tax cuts or depreciation tax cuts and so forth. I don't like the sound of that. I want to restart the blue-collar boom, and it looks like the strategy is going to be a couple of reconciliation bills this year. I'm not sure I like the sound of that. But then again, you're the senator. What do you think, sir?
Well, in the end, it's going to be President Trump that's going to, I think, make the decision here. But internally, what I've been pushing for is our top priority must be to prevent a massive tax increase from starting in 2026. We have to forestall that. Now, exactly how we do that, we're talking about it. But listen, I'm happy to put up some quick wins, address the border, do some other things. But there are other ideas on the table here. So I just, stay tuned. I'm with you, Larry. I think I'd rather move fast than delay this. I mean, Wesley Hunt, look,
I'm open to the whole thing. I wanted one big reconciliation bill, and that's what I thought Steve Scalise was putting together. One very big bill, fiscal bill. It would include a lot of things that might not normally go into reconciliation, but fundamentally, it would cut spending. It would use regulatory tools. It would make the tax cuts permanent. And by the way, as you may know, Mike Crapo is going to be the Finance Committee Senate head. He's saying current policy, those tax cuts don't need to be rescored. New tax cuts, yes. Existing tax cuts, why should they be rescored? Existing spending increases are never rescored. All right, they're deficit increases. Nobody touches them. We talked about this with Senator Cruz earlier. You have a thought on that, sir?
Mm-hmm. Well, look, the bottom line is this. We need to get the tax cuts done immediately. And the Senate Majority Leader talked about doing it within the first 30 days. And the reason why this has to get done is because we have been crushed by inflation in this country. Mm-hmm. We have been crushed by energy prices in this country. We've got to stimulate the economy by putting money back in the pockets of the tax-paying American. And I mean the everyday tax-paying American. And so if we want to get out of this inflationary state that we've been in for the past 4 years, if we want to re-stimulate our economy, we've got to unleash American energy like President Trump is talking about, and most importantly, codify the TCJA and get these tax cuts done as soon as possible, well before the midterms, so we could give him enough time for these policies to actually take in to the American public.
I mean, what won for him, Wesley? I'm going to come back to you in a minute, Senator Johnson, but what won for him? Look, take-home pay went up under Trump 1.0. Take-home pay went down under Joe Biden. That's blue-collar workers of all colors. I don't care what color you are, black, brown, Asian, white, doesn't matter. His working class coalition expects a blue-collar boom. They expect take-home pay to go back up. It's not going to go up if we don't help with taxes.
You are correct. And no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security. Those are the kinds of policies that we have got to do to help that blue-collar worker. And that's where we are going to get that boom. And quite frankly, Larry, this is why President Trump got elected, to do exactly what he is talking about right now, ensuring that every average, everyday American has more money in their pockets so they can reinvest back into their families, back into the economy, so we can grow our economy out of this rut. And right now, we're having a $2 trillion annual budget deficit. That's got to come to an end. And that's why DOGE is going to play a huge part in doing that. But not only that, we have to grow our way out of it by allowing Americans to make their own decisions to reinvest back in our economy here in the U.S.
Yes, sir. Couldn't agree more. Senator Johnson, can I switch gears, sir? I talked about Hegseth, worried about Hegseth. I talked about with that Senator Cruz. I want to ask you, Kash Patel. Kash Patel, in my humble opinion, would make a very good FBI director. I don't know what you're thinking and what are the chances are that his nomination would go through. What you think, Senator Johnson?
Well, I have to first comment, I'm fully supportive of what Senator Crapo is talking about. Use current policies as our baseline for the first budget we pass.
Yes.
Extend the TCJA. We can come back later, then we can, again, I want to simplify and and rationalize the tax code. We'll do that in the second phase, but we need to extend those tax cuts right now, and we can do it without even a budget score. It's a brilliant idea. We should use it. In terms of Kash Patel, like other Trump nominees, he's a fighter, and that's what Trump is going to need. You know that. These agencies are partisan. They are broken. They need to be fixed, and it's going to take people that President Trump has confidence in to do just that. So I'm completely supportive of Kash and these other nominees who are going to fight and start doing what President Trump campaigned on, which is completely reform the federal government.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Sorry we're a little short. Senator Ron Johnson, Congressman Wesley Hunt, both